Hey Jacob, so we ran out of time at our lesson on Monday, and so I wanted to demonstrate for you what I expected as far as the slow practice for the Haydn. And the tendency when we do it slow is to play kind of out of the string and very light, because that's often how we play it faster, which isn't always a good thing. But when we do it slowly, I really want you to practice into the string, legato, sustained sound. And so we kind of lay this foundation of just a really beautiful sound. And so for that reason, we're going to play pretty close to the bridge, almost on the edge, because I've never known anybody to play close to the bridge the faster they go. Usually the tendency is to pull up when we get nervous and when we start to play faster. So we're going to start down here and good bow control, pulling out the sound on every note. Okay, so we're going to go at about maybe 40 or 50% of the tempo. With this last shift, of course we wouldn't do that in performance, but when we're doing it slowly, we're doing it with a legato bow. One reason for that is so that our left hand can't hide anywhere. If we play out of the string a little bit, then who knows what our left hand is doing. It can get away with all sorts of stuff. So we're going to play legato and force our left hand to know exactly what it's doing and to be very, very precise. So we'll deal with getting rid of the slide when we start to speed it up. But for now, really lean into it. And be very musical. Of course, some of these notes were a little bit out of tune, and you can decide before you start whether you're going to, focus on the first 8 bars and, spend a half hour on those and be really picky, or if you're going to do the whole thing and try to build some endurance and a bigger picture. And there's a place for both of those, but don't do a little bit of both, otherwise it's not very focused practice. Okay, so if I was being very detailed, of course I would go back and fix every little thing. And that's for you to decide. Maybe one day be very detailed and bite it off chunk by chunk, and then the next day do a couple of run-throughs to try to build up the endurance of what it feels like. As far as vibrato, I wouldn't actively do it, and I wouldn't keep yourself from doing it. The idea is to be relaxed so that when the time comes to play it up to tempo, you're able to do anything that you want. Okay? If we practice it very fast from the very beginning when we're doing it slowly, or sorry, if we're going slowly, but with a fast vibrato, then what happens when we go faster is then our left hand just goes berserk, right? Because it's trying to keep up. Because we programmed everything to go slow, and then when we speed it up, everything is going to try to go faster. So don't be stiff with your left hand and keep it from vibratoing if that's the case, and also don't actively do it. You can warm it up a little bit. I would try to be loose and just keep things as relaxed as possible, because as you speed up, things will naturally get a little bit tighter. But through all of this, you want to just stay really loose. So I hope that's helpful. We'll talk about it more at your next lesson. Hopefully you can spend some time with this over the weekend.